All right. Yeah. I know what's gonna happen, man. Like I'm just I'm just putting out the warning. Not that you don't know, because I'm sure you know. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
you've experienced it. You know the door you
Mm-hmm.
walking into. I'm telling you right now, and if you open that door, there's no floor. You are going to fall. But you go open if you open the door, that's on you. I can't tell. I'm not
Hey,
going.
I just put something in the group chat. Touching on some subjects today.
I
Get the
I'm not even
lawyers
gonna
ready.
I'm not gonna look at the group chat right now. I'm gonna leave that shit right where it is. I'm good.
I just think like, man, I just think like if you I like I think if you find somebody that make you happy, regardless of their race, and they making you a better person, regardless of their race, you should be with them. I
I'm
how we say
I'm a trillion% with you, but it doesn't
if
matter.
if you find right, if you find somebody that make you happy, that think to you, man, bro, okay, be with them. And then if people looking at you crazy, it's like, well, she ain't of this color. She ain't. So so the reason why you not with nobody is because you locked yourself in to this type of thinking. And you gonna fault me for stepping outside that thinking so that you could that's just
So because you vote for the Democrats for the last 40 years, I gotta vote for the Democrats for the last. Yeah. I believe me. I'm aware of how all these things interconnect in the thought process and why it's stagnant. Trust me.
if you find somebody that just happen to man make you happy, be with them. But she not up. But I want my babies. Okay. So you want your babies by a knucklehead, or you want to be with a woman that don't respect you, but you got this nice looking woman who told you okay, and she's of another race, but you're not gonna be with her because you worry about what your people say, who is unhappy over here, but you happy over here with this one.
I will say this. I'll say this because it occurred to me years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It hit me that I finally understood why black women get so angry about interracial dating. Why they take it harder than anybody else.
They take it hard.
They take it hard as hell. And I never understood it until like I can't remember which one it was. It was a police killing. I can't
Mhm.
remember who it was, but it was another one. It was another police killing. And it was about 2 or 3 years ago. And I remember the outpouring of all these black women on just that I've met throughout my life across social media. They all talking about
Mhm.
this and it occurred to me that black women are the first people to love a black man, period.
Mhm.
Even at times, even before they are born, right? So they they love what nobody else does in this country. Everybody hates us, period.
Mhm.
We can't do nothing right. No matter how great we are, you still like, LeBron's an example. LeBron's done, he's been fucking flawless, and yet,
He got good.
he's done.
He got
And
got
all
right.
right, I get it. I'm not a fan necessarily of the game or the player,
Uh
but you
huh.
can't like talk shit about the guy as a human being. Yet there's always something. There's always some asshole ready to get on LeBron. And I think that hatred for black men pours through. It's part of American fabric, and black women are they have to go 150% against the grain to undo that in their own social circle, and that they're constantly going against that. They're constantly going against that. And there's a system set up in place where dudes have been getting tagged with bullshit felonies for the last 40, 50 years. They can't get jobs that put them in. So when you see black people in the workforce, in the corporate workforce, 9 times out of 10, they're black women.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
And on top of that, they're being underpaid. So
Yep.
when you see all of this combined, they don't feel like they got a lot of options. So they do try to, it's innate in them, loving a black man, to try to continue to pull up from what's already been downtrodden. I that's the thing that occurred to me where I said, you know what? I get why it's frustrating for somebody who is successful to, as Kanye put it, leave your ass for a white girl. Like I understand, because she couldn't possibly understand what it is to have loved black men, period. No matter what, through everything. She couldn't. It's just not possible. So I understand it. But but
Okay.
niggas can't be happy.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't.
I
That's
think
it. That's all I got. I don't want to say you can't. Like I don't. If somebody happy, let them be happy. Like you know.
get it, and I get it, but at the same time, like we talk, okay, like the Megan Thee Stallion thing, right? I understand why she didn't say anything at first.
Oh, she did everything in her power to not do
Not,
anything. She tried. Man, she rode all the way.
I understand why she did, right? You look at her background. Mom held down dad when he was in jail. Ride or die chick. This is taught. But this fool shot at this, like, at this point, all they go out the window, right? And that goes back to that loving to a fault. Well, he a black man, I want to support a black man. Like, sometimes you gotta learn how to love yourself. Like,
Right.
you gotta, like, I don't care if he black, I don't care if he blue, black, I don't care if he blue, purple, peach, whatever. If he ain't treating you right, go.
And I want to, you know what, this touches on two things. It touches on what you were talking about with mental health, because I think we are not well versed in mental health as a society, as a country, but specifically as black people. That's like a taboo thing.
Oh yeah,
And
we go to the altar. Let's go to the
yeah,
altar.
yeah, you
Straight
confess
from
it
the
and
Lord,
move
go
on.
to the altar, lay on the altar. Go talk to
Yeah,
the pastor over there. The pastor gonna tell you what to do. Go talk to
right. You know, and so which leads us back to some of the other problems. But the as far as how to deal with some of this stuff, people are still being raised with immense amounts of trauma, and I think as we're breaking through and understanding some of it, we're getting better. But that takes generations. So, and we're really, again, we're like the first, and it's only like half of us that understand this stuff and are going forward and saying, okay, you know what? Maybe whooping my kid's ass is not the thing to do. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
there's another way. Like we're the first, like half generation to figure that out, to
Yeah.
really commit to that and work with it. You know, I don't think any of my friends beat their kids. Some of them probably should, but I don't think they do. I think we all be like, you know what, it's cool, you
Yeah.
know. And even my nieces, I'd be like, listen, man, I got to figure out a way. Let me find out how to do. And then the more I talk and go through stuff, the more I understand the and sometimes disappointment is enough for them to be like, damn, I don't want to do that again. All right, cool. So and we're learning, they're growing and doing all this, but like on a trauma level, as far as relationships, I don't think black women should have to tolerate what like a Meg has to tolerate. That's inhumane.
I don't think
That's out of slavery.
I don't
That
think
is out of, you know, like I don't think your girl went back. Your girl went back, man.
yo, I seen the post. I said, and this is our example. Do you know her reason? Reason why she said she finna go back? She said, I'm crazy and I need dick. Like, if this ain't the most, I was like, what? I was like, she was like, I'm crazy. I was just like, what?
Like there's not 4 billion other dicks out there, but
I was,
she just, it's not, again, women have a different understanding of life in ways that are much more connected than I think we'll probably ever understand. A man, like we, I can't, like, I don't know the science behind it. I just know from experience, women hurt in a different way. We don't hurt like that. We can hurt like deep about, especially like relationships and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like losing an individual person, even if you don't lose them, it's almost like they take it like a personal failure, like they
Mm-hmm.
did something wrong. Like sometimes stuff just doesn't work.
They
And so
go way to the end, like they go down the rabbit hole and be down.
yeah,
Wow, you be like,
yeah,
dang, come back up. Like that ain't what happened. Like they
right.
like, you don't respond a certain way to certain things. They go down the rabbit hole, and you be like, dang, I didn't mean it like that. Yes, you did. Well, hold on. Let me explain. It's like they go down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
So,
So
but your girl, I feel bad because how old Cardi's what? Is she 30? She's not 30, right?
20, if I don't say 28,
28.
28,
There's
twenty
still
right
no. I don't, and this is gonna sound horrible, but it's again, it's experience. It's the truth too. Like there's no girl under 30 that knows what the fuck she's doing. That she just not in a relationship. She can't possibly because like your brain develops till 25.
now.
You
Right.
still got to date, meet different people, understand like what's going. If you're black, you from the hood, you've been through countless trials. When just at DePaul alone, I used
Mm-hmm.
to ask black girls this question all the time, like what is it that you're afraid of? And the list is basically everything. They
Mm-hmm.
can't trust nobody. They're afraid of everything and everybody because everybody's out to get them too. And dudes are, we are raised to be like, well, I could take that. Oh no, I'm gonna fuck that up. I could whoop that up. Women are not socialized like that. Black women kind of are, and where you get this like tough ass facade when really, nah, man, they want to be loved just like every other woman, do the same thing. And with all of that said, by the time they 30, they're so damn hurt, so damn broken
Yeah.
from everything. That's when they finally start realizing, like, oh, okay, maybe I should look out for me if I want to still live on Earth. If I
Right.
start doing for me, then or the only thing that expedites the process is if they have a kid before then. They have a kid before then maternal instinct takes over and they say, well, I gotta do this for my kid. I can't let no
Mm-hmm.
loser be around. I can't date no drug niggas no more. I can't do that because I got a seed. Like that's different. And usually the only way it really expedites. But when chicks turn about 30, they start going, you know what? I don't think this person cares about me. So Cardi has a couple more years before she so I'm sorry for your missed opportunity, man. I thought she might have been out there for a little hot second, but I
Hey, bro.
forgot she ain't even old enough to really
So it's
she
on.
ain't had enough time.
I'm still holding on hope. It says it's hard not to talk to your best friend. It's really hard not to talk. It's hard not to talk to your best friend. It's really hard not to talk to your best friend. She said something about she's crazy and of course there's also sexual reasons too. Cardi put it bluntly. It's really hard to have no dick. Like so these are the relationship goals that we have nowadays. Like these are the examples. Like marriage to me, bro, we don't even there's no marriage has taken such the back seat on many lives. It's ridiculous.
I'm not a personal like I don't marriage I could care less because I just don't that it doesn't work. I don't think anymore. I think it's different than it was before. Like the terms of marriage were to exchange wealth and keep it in a family. That's what it was for. I don't, and then where it's at now, that's what celebrities do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what rich people do. They get married to other rich people and celebrities keep the money and they build a whole nother thing. That's basically
Mm-hmm.
American royalty. Like, but as far as like people getting married, if you're not going to, if you don't got a plan, if you're not trying to build something, there's really nothing you gain, especially whoever makes the most money.
Yeah.
What makes you gain nothing from getting married? So until that gets rectified, that it's not really in anybody's best interest. But as far as and I, I could be me, but I don't think monogamy is in people's best interest either because it's not really what tends to happen. If you look at people who aren't on the same page, who have trash marriages and all this, it just spreads to everybody else and hurts everybody else when they could just not be together. Like I don't understand why they don't just do that. Just but the stigma and all that. But it you got to go through shit. It's not even women learn different. They learn from doing things. You
Mm-hmm.
could tell a man don't do that, and the man would be like, if I do it, it's on me. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
You tell a woman don't do that, and she will like she can't wait to do it. So then she can say, I know what you said, but I had to. I need to know. They gotta experience things firsthand more often. And then when they do, they could be like, yeah, you was right. That was stupid. But
Mm-hmm.
like again, that experience, especially with dating and stuff, it don't really come today about 30. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, man. But you know, I've seen it so many times. I mean, hundreds, and I'm not even exaggerating. I've seen it hundreds of times where I'm like, she ain't. I think I put something on Twitter one time that was like, uh, what did I say? I said, oh, I said, she ain't leaving her man. She wanna. Oh, she's here to vent right now. She ain't leaving her man. And like three girls was like, you talking about me? I'm like, yes, actually, yes, I am. And it was true. They're not leaving. They just come. You'll tolerate. And again, it's a learned behavior. It's socialized. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
tolerate bullshit, and you don't have to. That's the crazy thing. If Cardi B is tolerating bullshit and being unhappy, what do you think Keisha is tolerating?
I'm saying, and I think okay. So two things. Number one, emotionally and going down. I personally think men are more emotional than women. I really do believe that. I
I'm
really
not gonna take that.
believe,
I'm not gonna take that from you.
I've seen something. I was just like, what the hell? Like, oh, you was upset. Like, whoa, okay.
Watch some A&E Passions of Crime and shit. Them be
Yeah,
dudes.
like, oh, you was upset. Okay. Um, I've seen it over the past year or so, you know, where I work at. Almost being in, certain situations. You be like, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, okay, you was upset. Um, and then also, man, the thing about domestic violence, I did not motherfucking know it was that damn bad.
You want to know two domestic violence tips that are nuts that just tells you how many people are living fucking in fear, just ridiculously. Um, Number one, the hottest domestic violence before COVID day of the year was always the Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
which is insane because it's a guaranteed day off that everybody's going to get riled up and you spend the day drinking and hanging. And domestic violence calls go through the roof on Super Bowl Sunday. It just is what it
And
is.
I know. I
And
was
then and then two, uh, when domestic violence calls went through the roof during COVID because people were stuck,
in the
you
house.
know, in the crib with it, and that's messed up, man. Which is another reason I'm like, just leave. You know, I know it's not that simple for people. I'm just saying from a before it gets that bad perspective, try to get out. Try not be to not be with somebody that just makes you miserable. Which goes back to what you were saying. If the person that makes you happy is white, okay. I would rather see you with somebody white than see you getting your
No,
ass whooped every day.
like
You know?
if that person is like if that person if that makes you happy is not of the color of your family. And we can go further. Religion. If he ain't in the same religion. Cause I'm like, they're like that, like that's stupid. Like you not with him because he's not of this faith? Yes. Why? It's like you don't understand my family.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've I've actually that hit me personally. That hit me personally where I was like, oh wow,
I was
didn't know
like,
that. You know?
wow. Like, so you want to talk to him because he's not of the same faith. It's like, you don't know my family. I'm like, but he makes you happy. He respects you. He cares about you. He's showing you his best side. He wants you to see it and fall. He wants to get you. But you don't understand my family. I'm like, wow.
And
That's
you know what? I don't want to. I don't want to. That to me, that's wrong. That's a flat out like,
yeah.
it's messed up. I wouldn't subject somebody to like Well, you just gotta be miserable because I'm miserable. That's all you're really saying is, well,
Yeah.
it sucks for me, so it's gotta suck for you. And I think that's the theme of all of these subjects is that it used to fucking suck. It doesn't suck so bad anymore. I mean, 2020 is trash, but I think it could be turning around. And if that's the case, if we're really figuring out how not to suck, why would we continue to keep choosing to suck?
I think it's some, but that's the sometimes you ever seen people that live in the negative?
Yeah, all the time.
Like they live in the that's their comfort zone. They live in the negative. So you can say, hey, those shoes are nice. They're gonna twist it and turn around and find something negative about, but I always wear these. Why these gotta be nice? I always wear these. These are only I need to buy some more shoes, but I can't, I gotta follow. They gonna find something say the same, man, thank you. You know, I done had these for a few years, but I try to keep them up because you know I need some more. But thank you so much. You be like there are people that live in the negative, that live in the, and that's all they associate. Like like their circle is just negativity, and they live in it, and they breathe in it, and they will give their attention to more negative bullshit than this positive. So when they're going through, they don't latch onto the positive shit and say, "Yo, I'm going through right now. Yo, you know, just hey, what's up? What's going on?" And you know what I'm saying? But they would latch on to some negative shit. I'll be like, damn, that's crazy.
I don't, it's cyclical. It is, you just wind up perpetuating the same stuff. You get stuck
Mhm.
in, that. And it's, again, man, I feel like I've seen so many girls go through this, so many things. So I mean, again, it comes from being, it's innate. Then then it comes from being socialized that way. Then it comes from the pressure of continuing to keep up the tradition
Mhm.
of I gotta be unhappy. And if you know what, I'm gonna say this: Black women, you ain't got to be unhappy. You just don't have to be. I don't understand why that's like. And there's a lot of that. There was fucking Jamel Hill said that goofy shit today that made me. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because of Ice Cube, and he was talking about the Trump people was reaching out to him and all this, and the sweeping broad generalization. You ever notice it's always black men that politically always are the ones who go over? It's like that's not fucking true. Then if that's the truth, then who is Candace Owens? Who is Stacey Dash? Who is Diamond and Silk? Like who is I forget the chick's name running in Baltimore right now? Like what? Come on, that is not it. But it's a narrative from hurt people that I mean, all you gotta do is say some hurt black woman shit, and that's gonna get a million retweets because it's hurt. But it's
Oh,
relatable. It's relatable. And I'm not, and again, it's not right. They shouldn't be this damn hurt. I don't want to see them this damn hurt that if Steve Harvey do some shit, now I got to be responsible for Steve fucking Harvey. I don't care about no damn Steve Harvey. Me and Steve Harvey have zero things in common except being from Chicago. I can't say that I got anything in common with you. That's the thing. But now, you know how y'all are. No, I actually don't. I was pretty happy. I was chilling. I was minding mine before you brought everybody into this. And it's just that bashing thing. Like I just even it feels extreme where the bashing comes in because you don't really it does happen in other races, but it's not to the extreme that it happens with us. But I understand it comes from so much hurt. And it's just when you hurt like that, you just reach out to the nearest person, the closest person. There's probably gonna be some black guy because segregation and where you at
right,
and
right,
where
right.
you at in your life. Like it's probably so I get it, but it's just like, come on, grow up. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. That's what everybody go to therapy.
I tell you, man, I go and just to sort out my own thoughts and my own ideas because let me tell you the backstory to my therapy thing. So um, when I turned 37, I always put on my screensaver. No, so you can't really see it, but a number, but a person in a jersey that wore that number. So when
Mm.
I was 35, it was Durant. When I was 36, it was Rasheed Wallace, and it was Jerome Bettis. So I take on that, what they had to do in the game. So this right here, you can't really see it, is Ron.
That's Ron.
Yep. Ron said, and he went number 37. Ron said, after they won the championship, he said this: I thank my psychiatrist.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And it resonated with me. To get the best possible person, to get the best possible outcome, to achieve your goals, you got to be in the right mental place to achieve it. This man didn't say, I thank God. I thank my family and friends. I thank my psychiatrist because she helped keep my head on straight to achieve this goal.
He won. He pretty much won that game 7. He won. He hit like 5 threes, if I'm 6 threes, and And then the story came out about him watching his best friend get killed while he was hooping. It's like he got a lot that was unpacked, and maybe it changed everything.
When you realize it, and you realize how your mental health is important, and how it's things as humans and just as people that we haven't unpacked it ourselves, to find our triggers, to know what this is, to know what that is, to talk this out through, that we haven't been in the right mental place to achieve these goals. Because like they always say, if God give you something, can you handle it? You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't in the right mental place, to handle the blessing, you're gonna mess it up. So it's like, go get your mental health together. A lot of this is mental health is so important, so important. And we don't talk about it. We just say go lay on the altar, pray to God, talk to God.
Jesus. That's all. Traditionally, that's all we've ever had, and it's outlets.
Go talk to him. But then now we got insurance,
right?
Insurance work. So you okay? They said, well, your insurance pay for it. We not. I should pay. Our insurance want to pay for therapy. You got to pay for therapy. Go over there and get your insurance. And you looking like, wow. And it, like you said, it unlocked. For example, you talked about your credit score going up. Mine went up. So a couple years ago, I filed bankruptcy. Moving forward, like, let me go. This time, I'm gonna get my credit up. So last month, I said, listen, if I go to 37, I'm gonna take care of some shit. Okay, I'm gonna take care of this shit right now. So I paid off 2 of my credit cards. I paid off something that was in collections, and I'm going to therapy because my mental is in a good place of, okay, I'm going to achieve these goals, and I'm going to go hard. I'm not going to let nothing come between me and my goals. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to focus on this. Whatever happened in the past is behind me. I'm going to focus on forward. I was able to achieve those goals and maintain and understand, okay, and then my credit score went up. I said, okay, but I can see when I'm in the right mental spot, I got some progress.
That credit score shit is empowering. It's all fake, but it's interesting though that when you learn to play the game, the fake, and I understand how people fall in love with capitalism and do all this different.
Mm-hmm.
When you learn how to play the game, it can be intoxicating. It can be like, man, this is, and it becomes, you put these challenges in front of yourself and you want the next biggest thing and the next. I just don't care for that. It's just not me personally. I really have never been like, oh, I got to get the best one, the newest one, the greatest one. It doesn't. But credit opens up doors that were previously closed.
Yeah.
Where you can live somewhere. It's not that you can afford suddenly to live somewhere that you couldn't afford to live. It's that they literally don't charge you as much. And that's what's nuts. That's where I'm like, well, so you telling me if you just show that you're responsible with your money, that they won't charge you as much, and if you're irresponsible with your money, they'll charge you more. It's just like how a bank charges overdraft fees. If you're broke already, why the fuck are you going to charge me more money on top of that? But the logic is that you were risked. So I don't necessarily agree with it, but when you learn how the system works, boy, it's empowering. And then when you start getting up, once you know how to stay up, you own.
Oh, and then one of the biggest things is to know your patterns, as a person, and to know your triggers. So what I did was, I'll show you this real quick. So what I know my patterns. So I know I'm a sneakerhead. So when I know when sneakers coming out, okay, it's gonna be around holiday season. I took all my credit cards and I cut up and I put them in this jar, and like I destroyed them. Say all the ones, and I destroyed them because I know me. If it's there, I'm gonna go to it. So I said, man, let me just eliminate the option. So I'm just like, bam. I just and I look at it as a reminder, like biblically, like they talk about in the Bible where he was talking about, get out, get up, get out, and don't look back. And the girl and the woman looked back, she turned into a pillar of salt. Yeah. So I look at this like, get up, get out, and don't look back. And if you look back, these edges of these cars that you have cut up is gonna cut you. You're gonna be more wounded going backwards than you was going forward. Going forward is your healing, but going backwards, you're gonna be more wounded. And that's how I've had to really get myself through. But it come through with mental health.
Cardi B, if you see this, don't go backwards.
That's it. Don't go backwards.
Don't go backwards.
Don't go backwards.
We root for forward progress over here. We want you.
Amen.
Fall forward.
Keep going forward. Keep going forward. I think that's what it is, man. Like that's what I've learned. Like you have to want better. And I just don't think people want better. We want familiarity because that's what we know, the familiar. But we scared to step out because we afraid of what people gonna say. It might not work. It don't. We afraid of all these different things, and we ain't even stepped out yet.
Yeah, fear is some shit.
All right, so what we wanted to talk about on this little chat was the state of poor America, lower middle class America, and ways to get around that. Because we do a lot of talking about issues, we raise up different issues, but we don't always talk about different solutions and finding not just the reason why people are in certain situations, but how to get out of them. And that's always my biggest thing is like, okay, we understand there's an issue. How do you fix the issue?